Good Saturday afternoon. I'm KHOU meteorologist Kim Castro. We continue to feel a very, very breezy day ahead of us. In fact, this is statewide. We're looking at a red flag warning for our neighbors to the southwest that lasts until 6 o'clock this evening. That means wind gusts are getting up to 50 miles an hour there, and they're also dealing with very dry conditions. Minimum relative humidity values in the teens and 20s. That's not good news, especially with the dry fuels there. For us, we continue to be under a wind advisory that also expires at 6 o'clock for inland areas. Gusts getting up to 40 miles an hour. However, very breezy day along the coast. In fact, that wind advisory has been extended until 9 o'clock this evening, with gusts getting up to 50, 55 miles an hour. And we've seen that to be true. Check out these strong wind gusts already. 58 miles an hour clocked in Matagorda Bay. Galveston has already seen a wind gust at 52 miles an hour. And even areas inland, look at this, wind gusts getting up to around 50 miles an hour, 48 for Sugar Land, 47 for Palacios, 46 for Conroe and Brenham, clocking in at 45 miles an hour. So still looking to hold on to our hats and everything we got outdoors. I'm sure you've already taken everything that needs to go inside, but just in case you haven't, you're going to need to, because we're going to continue to feel breezy through the rest of the evening and even into the overnight hours. Here's a look at current winds. These are sustained winds, so steady stream of strong wind throughout the day at around 20 to 25 miles an hour. Hobby, you're 25 miles an hour. Galveston, even more breezy at 28 miles an hour right now. Same deal for Brenham. Columbus, you're at 21 miles an hour. Wharton getting close to 30 mile an hour wind gusts, and Palacios at 31. Now, talking about gusts, because we were just looking at sustained wind, now looking at gusts, Houston right around 26 miles an hour for right now. Sugar Land, 41 mile an hour wind gusts, to possible to surpass the previous wind gusts we just saw that get close to 50 miles an hour there. 44 for Tomball. You can see that camera rattling about. It has certainly been a very, very breezy day, causing quite a few power outages. We're still reporting around 10,000 power outages for the area. Galveston, 45 mile an hour wind gusts right now. Huntsville, 31. All right, let's look at the difference that a day will make here in Southeast Texas. 49 degrees at Bush Intercontinental Airport. That is a 25-degree drop from this time yesterday. Not only did we see the front push through, but yeah, we're dealing with the very strong wind. So even though we're in the 40s, it feels a lot chillier than this. It actually feels like the 30s once we factor in the wind chill value. Let's have a look at temperatures area wide. Everybody's right around the upper 40s, low 50s for right now. And pretty much everybody feeling about a 25-degree drop. A couple spots getting close to 30 degrees cooler than where they were yesterday. This time lapse really paints the picture as to why we're seeing such a big shift in not only temperatures, but of course the wind. All right, here was a snapshot of this morning. We'll fast forward through time there. Cloud cover goes away very quickly. That's the passing of the front, really strong wind behind that front, and that's been sinking in some very dense cold air. Cold air is heavier than warm air, so we're really starting to feel that seep through this afternoon, and we'll continue to feel its effects through the night. In fact, we're in for a very chilly evening and a very chilly start to Sunday. For everybody running that Houston Marathon, make sure to layer up for tomorrow. So, future track winds, 8 o'clock. Gusts look like this, getting close to 40 miles an hour in Bush, at 40 for Pasadena, at 40 for Columbus. Brenham getting close to that as well. Huntsville, 34 miles an hour. Pearland, 38 miles an hour. Okay, let's take it into the overnight hours. 5 o'clock, likely when a lot of the runners are going to be getting up and getting ready. Going to be a chilly one. Those gusts making it feel a lot colder than the actual temperature outside. We'll talk about the feels like conditions there in a moment, but look at these wind speeds. Gusts at 32 for Tomball, 32 for Brenham and Bush. College Station seeing the same thing. Everybody right around 30 miles an hour for those wind gusts. Let's take it into the start of the marathon, 30 minutes in. Still feeling really breezy. So the first leg of that race is going to feel very chilly, and you're going to have to be dealing with the wind. Hopefully it's not working against you there. By the time it wraps up, however, wind really starts to take a back seat. Now we're talking about wind gusts at 15 miles an hour. Wind gusts. So sustained wind is definitely going to be nice and easy, and never mind the rest of the day. We're dropping into the single digits for values in terms of those wind gusts. All right, let's talk about temperatures. And I say this lightly because we have to factor in the wind with the temperatures to get the real feels like conditions, because it doesn't really serve you if these temperature readings are in the 40s, but it feels much cooler than that. But let's look at the actual conditions as we fast forward through time. So that's 8:30 this evening. Actual temperatures hovering around the mid 40s. As we take it into the overnight hours, temperatures are going to drop into the mid and upper 30s. Still seeing clear conditions, and that's a recipe for radiational cooling. So anytime we see clear skies, we know we're going to get quite chilly. As we head into the later part of the morning, temperatures starting to rebound into the low 40s for most spots. 41 degrees in Pearland, 40 for Bush, Pasadena 41, Galveston 42. Then once we get into the afternoon, things look very lovely. A picturesque winter day for our Sunday afternoon. We just have to get through this very, very windy blast of cold air that we've got for right now into early Sunday. So what's it going to feel like tonight? We talked about what it's going to feel like in terms of winds and what the actual temperatures are going to be, but what's it going to actually feel like to our skin? Well, it's going to feel like the 30s. So about 10 degrees cooler than what the actual temperature readings are. As we head into the overnight hours, very chilly start to the day. I warned you, look at that. Mid-20s is what it's going to feel like for most spots. Livingston, 24 degrees. Huntsville, 25. Same deal for College Station. Brenham, 26. Bush, you're going to feel like you're below the freezing mark too. You're going to feel like you're at 30 degrees for the morning. 28 degrees for Tomball. But check it out. As we lose that wind, we saw how those wind speeds died down to the teens. By the time the marathon is wrapping up, actual temperatures are going to feel like the temperatures outside. So there's going to be no more discrepancy between actual temperatures and feels like temperatures because the wind is starting to settle down. So that's some good news there. And of course, as we take it into the rest of the day, it's going to also feel like the 50s. That's the high for tomorrow, mid 50s. All right, so 36 degrees at 7 o'clock. We talked about those wind chill values in the 20s, and really we're going to have to factor in the wind chill for the start of the race. So 7, 8, 9 o'clock, you're going to feel the difference between actual temperatures. It feels like temperatures because of the wind. 10 o'clock, that's when things really start to settle down. So 43 is going to feel like 42. Pretty good. 49 at noon, it's going to feel like 49 too. So that's when we start to get rid of wind chill values for you and just start to focus on the actual conditions. It's going to be sunny, so you'll need your sunglasses, but still quite chilly. Even though we don't have to deal with the wind chill factor, it's still going to be quite chilly for the morning. So layer up, layer up, layer up. That is the best tip I have for you. All right, Sunday afternoon high, 55 degrees. It's going to feel like that, so that's nice. 65 degrees on Monday, picturesque too. And then we really start to kick up temperatures into the mid 70s by the middle of the week. And check out, we got some rain chances there. That means we've got another cold front that we're watching. That's going to drop temperatures again for the end of the work week and bring back those rain chances. So still looking at a very breezy night ahead, although that wind advisory for most areas inland expires at 6 o'clock. You saw Future Track. It is going to stay breezy through the night into the early part of our Sunday. So stay with us here on KHOU. We'll see you live at 6 o'clock.